Nobody decides to wake up one day and be the stiff dad who can no longer keep up with their kids. You have a choice. Maintain capacity intentionally so that you can do the things that you want and spend time with the people that you love, or sit back and let that capacity fade away. If you are new here, welcome to the 5 a.m. Squat Club, where every morning we get together and improve our health and fitness and our minds so that we can be the best versions of ourselves for the people around us and towards our goals. This morning we've got an active recovery session that's going to leave you feeling better and better throughout the week so that you can maintain building capacity for the people that you love. First thing, before we move our bodies, we're going to choose our first thoughts of the day. We call it priming the mind. So first step, as I said, on the 5 a.m. Squat Club, we're going to get into a squat. So feet go underneath the hips, heels go on the floor. If you feel like you're going to fall over, grab yourself a counterbalance to hold on to. We're going to be here for a minute and a half or so. While we're here, we're going to do a little bit of breathing work. So 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, 4-second hold. There'll be a little image on the screen that you can follow along with. And now as we do so, we're going to choose our first thoughts today. So we'll start on an inhale in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. I am responsible for my life, my decisions. I will make time between stimulus and my response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. I choose gratitude, focusing on the positive. All right, let us move. Next, time to move the body. We've gotten out of bed. The next thing is to get up off the floor. We start every morning with this initial warm-up piece where you get yourself down on the ground, get yourself back up, celebrate by hopping off the ground, the fact that you can do so, and then repeat. And we're gonna go 2 minutes here, starting out slow, maybe picking up the pace a little bit as you go. We're just starting to turn on the body, turn up the body temperature a little bit, lubricate the joints, increase the heart rate, get that blood flowing, and set ourselves up for efficient, effective movement. There's another reason why we use this movement as our first step in the warm-up, and it's just because it's extremely functional and extremely necessary for real life. If you don't have the capacity to get up off the floor, somebody is helping you live. You are no longer able to live independently. And on the other end, if I want to be able to play with my kids and get down on the floor and be on the same level as them, and I can't easily get down and up, then I'm not as good of a parent as I want to be, since I'm not maintaining the capacity to do the things that I want to do with my kids or anywhere else in my physical life. So we start with burpees, not because they are a torture device, but because they're an essential piece of being a functional human being. And they serve as a great warm-up. So, another 20 seconds there. We'll get in a little general warm-up. And then we'll start talking about our 20-minute active recovery session this morning with some machine work, some mobility, a little bit of strength. Perfect start today. All right. Whoops. So next, we're just gonna get this general warm up on the screen. We're gonna start with some jumping jacks. If jumping first thing in the morning does not suit you, feel free to just go with a standing march. Thinking about bringing the knees up above the hips. Otherwise, we're gonna go with a little jumping jack. Get 15, 20 reps or so. Get that blood flowing. Good morning, Jason, Terry, equipment, Yaroslav. How we doing, team? How was the sleep? What time do we get to bed? And how we feeling today? Scale of 5 to 10. We start at 5 because you're up at 5. Can't be lower than a 5. All right, next. Set the feet, maybe squat stance, maybe a little wider. Bring the hands to the floor. Walk yourself all the way out to a plank position. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the legs, and then walk it back up to a stand. Call that an inchworm or inchworm walkout, whatever you want. Tighten the middle. Stand it up in between. Let's get at least 5 there. Jody there this morning too. What are we saying today? This is ridiculous. What are you talking about, Jason? 10:30, Yaroslav. 6 out of 10. Yaroslav, it's getting later. Bedtime's getting later. Talia, good morning. 7 p.m. Huh, a 6. How are you a 6 if you went to bed at 7? That sounds fantastic. One more inchworm here. And then we're gonna swing the leg. So you can support yourself on the wall if you'd like, or do it without. Just letting that leg move forwards, backwards a little bit. Not worrying so much about range of motion on this first round. We'll pick it up a little bit as we go. Getting at least about 10 cycles here. Really getting that hip moving. Hopefully you all had a good Valentine's Day. Lots of love from your family. Switch it up. Maybe a special someone. Oh. Tight left side. 10 cycles here on the other side. If you haven't switched sides, do that. Okay, from there we'll get into our lunge with a twist. So bring yourself into a plank position. From there, take one foot outside the hands. What you're gonna do from there, take the same arm that's on that side as the bent leg, take the elbow as close to the ground as you can, dropping the chest down there, and then opening up, bring that hand to the ceiling. So elbow towards the floor, open up to the ceiling. Let's get at least 5 cycles there. No one's getting power if they disconnect the negative. AC just saying, oh, I missed something, equipment. What are we talking about? Don't leave us, Jason. Yeah, Jason, what are you talking about? Oh, the elbow's getting down there. Take your time if you need. Sink it down a little bit, increase that range of motion as you go. Terry, 11:30. Whoa. I don't know, I feel like you maybe don't need as much sleep. Let's switch sides. That's the average person, because I would be trashed. I thought it was grandpa and grannies that went to bed at 7, but I'm loving going to bed early. Yeah, ditto. Ditto. I used to think the same thing. I used to make fun of my wife for going to bed early, and I was like, hey, you should be up partying. We should be having fun. And now I am so over that. Same thing. I like that, Talia. Good realization, right? And if you would have told your younger self that, hey, you should and will sometime get up really early, I would have told myself I was crazy. I would have said, no way. I'm not an early morning person. What are you talking about? Yet here we are. All right, next one, bootstrappers. So we're gonna set ourselves in a squat stance. Come on down into more or less a passive squat position. We're gonna play in this one today a little bit. You're gonna grab your toes 10:30 bed. Good morning. Oh, you watch Spencer. Oh man, I blame Spencer. Jeez. From there, what you're gonna do is grab your toes, pull the chest up against your feet, and then reverse it. We're gonna go chin down, chest down, hips up. Whoa. Tight, tight. You'll feel some hamstrings here, maybe a low back. And then reverse it again, hips back down, chest up, pull against the toes. Let's get at least 5 cycles here. Call this we used to call this a Russian baby maker, but I think that's a different exercise, to be honest. So reverse it again, chest down, hips up, maybe a little side to side. Think about straightening out one leg at a time, feeling a little hamstring there. Sit it back down, pull the chest up. And then maybe one more, chin down, chest up, find those hamstrings. Or find chin down, hips up. Oh yeah, that's so tight. Sit her down and press it up. Okay, and then from there, grab your PVC. I'm gonna get a couple pass-throughs, so nice wide grip on that stick. Take it straight up to high overhead, and then bring it back down in line with the shoulders. So just limited range of motion here, overhead, behind the back. Let's get 10 there. You guys saying, but here I am feeling like a 10 because I'm bulletproof. Let's do some cartwheels. Yeah, we're gonna see how the cartwheels go. This was, I was watching a little bit of strength side, which I happen to do, which I tend to do for these Sunday sessions. And he comes out with some neat stuff. We're gonna watch a little clip of it before we go, and I'm not gonna look like he does. So don't worry if your cartwheels don't look like cartwheels. All right, from there, we're just gonna keep that thing overhead and get a set of overhead squats. So press up hard on the stick. Think about hinging at the hips a little bit first, keeping that bar over your feet, and then squat down. Try to keep the chest upright, looking forwards. Let's get at least 5. Just getting a little practice on the overhead squat. Don't let that stick come forward. Keep it right over your feet in the bottom. All right. Okay, you know what? Since we're going active recovery today, we're just gonna go one round of the warm-up. So let us move on here. Grab a sip of water though. So we've got 20 minutes today. Kind of typical Sunday session. Talk about the format here. Equipment says I'll be cart flopping. Yeah, to be honest, I was trying a couple before we started it. I think I'm going to as well. Okay, so format today. We're gonna go 5 rounds. 5 rounds? Yeah. 5 rounds, 2 minutes on the machine, and then 2 minutes on, call it one of our mobility movements. So first, if you have a bike or ski or row or treadmill, all are good machines. You're just gonna go 2 minutes at a moderate pace, right? You can, if you want, you can increase the pace over the 5 rounds, whatever you want, or just keep it nice and easy. From there, so 2 minutes on the machine, 2 minutes on a movement, 2 minutes on machine, movement, machine, movement, 5 rounds. The 5 movements that we're gonna do, the first one is just gonna be a paleo squat variation. So you're gonna get into our passive squat position. Heels are on the ground in our hip width stance. If you need to grab a counterbalance because you're gonna fall over, go ahead. It's basically the same when we do in our mental reps. We're gonna stay here for 2 minutes. If you want, you can increase the intensity by working on taking a leg out, alternating that, or if it's challenging enough, just staying in that position. Then we'll go back on the machine for 2 minutes, and then 2 minutes on our hang. I think it's been maybe a week or so since we've done a hang, so let's get it back in. Simple, just get on your pull-up bar. Relax the shoulders. You can't see me at all. And this can be, I'm probably not gonna go 2 minutes straight. I might do 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 30 seconds on, whatever. Do a couple sets. You can mix the grip, chin up, pull up, mix grip, whatever you want. 2 minutes there. Back to the machine for 2 minutes, followed by 2 minutes horse stance. We did this one the other day as well, and we're gonna watch maybe, well, we did watch a little strength side on that one too. So you're gonna go wider than your squat stance, send the knees out, and come down near parallel. We're gonna hang out there. I'm probably not gonna hold for 2 minutes because that's hard, but you know, maybe a few sets of 30 seconds or so within that 2 minutes. Then back on the machine. And then number 4 is cartwheel, which we're gonna see in a sec. And then the last one is the standing pancake that also we did last week a little bit. Nice wide stance, and you're gonna hinge at the hips, making sure that we're not rounding. See me here? Right, so I'm not dropping the shoulders and rounding the back. I'm just pushing the hips back. And you can, if you need, support yourself on something. This is not an effective support, but I could get like a dumbbell or something, or even just on my shins, and just hang out there, pushing the range of motion in the hamstrings. We'll break that up into a few sets as well. Okay, so let's talk about the cartwheel real quick here. Let's just make sure I've got that screen up. Okay, so we'll watch a little bit of this clip here just so you can see kind of some options, because he'll describe it better than I will.
Nobody seems to talk about the power of cartwheels. They're typically looked at as something your kid does in gymnastics class. But cartwheels develop straight arm pushing strength, spine mobility, and possibly even good for longevity. Our bodies have huge fascia lines that connect everything. Often neglected is our ability to move side to side. By doing cartwheels, these muscles and fascia get the stimulation and stretch that they need. As the Chinese proverb goes, you are as old as your spine.
Sounds pretty good, right? So this next little section is called How Adults Should Start. So we're going to watch just another second of this, and it'll give us a couple ideas of the way we can do this, because if you're watching that intro, I'm not going to look like that. Hopefully you guys will, but here we go.
Normal for adults to have some fear of going upside down, or the opposite. You start hucking yourself into cartwheels, creating bad habits. You have to earn your cartwheels. You can do this by practicing the pattern with your feet on the ground. Walk before you run. I did hundreds of these.
So this will be our starting point, hands on the floor, kind of walk the feet across.
Starting my cartwheel journey. And I think anyone can get to this next variation, which is simply floating the feet off the ground. The low cartwheel is a
That's probably where I'll be.
Cool and aesthetic movement in itself. Cartwheels also offer diversity. There's many forms you can get into. There's the formal gymnastic style that will teach you how to control momentum. There's the slow yoga puppy press style that emphasizes the handstand.
I would say this is probably the end goal. I can do kind of a regular cartwheel, but this control and slowing it down is, I think, what we're aiming for.
And press. This is an ongoing project of my own, but the one I recommend for most people is the animalistic monkey cartwheel done from a squat. This is great for mobility, body control, functionality, and playfulness.
Okay, so I'd say that's kind of the goal. I'm going to show you what mine's going to look like just so you understand that the standards are not super high here. I don't even know what this could look like. So from, I guess he's starting to squat, hands go out beside. I'm sure I didn't look anything like him there, but just know that it doesn't need to be perfect. We're just going to be messing around. So, all right, see the window there. Once again, 2 minute machine, 2 minute paleo squat, 2 minute machine, 2 minute hang, 2 minute machine, 2 minute horse stance, 2 minute machine, cartwheel, machine, the last one, standing pancake. All right, so many questions. Jody, no leg extension into the air, up to you, right? You can choose whichever option. We're gonna have 2 minutes there, so you can try a few different variations and see what feels right. Equipment says me, cart, womp womp. I like it. Ryan, good morning. Monkey, check mark, smiley face. Love it. Love it. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to set the clock, and then it'll be time. So what do we want here? We want 5 rounds of 4 minutes. 2 on, 2 off. Yeah. 5, 2. No, that's not it. All right, starts on the machine. Make sure we can see this. All right, team. You can't see the clock there, but I'll give you timing on this. 10 seconds. Let's get her going. 3, 2, 1. 2 minutes. 30 seconds in. 90 to go. That's 1 minute. That's 90 seconds in, 30 to go. $15, 10. Paleo Squat, 3, 2, 1. So come into that passive squat. Catch your breath. So just passive, more or less relaxed. How you doing this morning, Ryan? 11 days till the open, team. So that's 30 seconds in. If you want to mess around with some single leg, shift over to one side. See if you can pick up a foot. Reach it out in front. See if you can do the other one. Oh. Oh. You guys find this comfortable or uncomfortable? 1 more minute, we're back on the machine. When everybody wants to begin, we all want to ring, yeah, we all want to be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you walk around the duck. Do you got heart? Are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs. Are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God, they all let me down. 30 seconds. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns. Who were all taught they deserve it now. Ah, dang it. 20 seconds. It's only worth it if you work for it. All good, coach. Recovery day, fantastic. 10 seconds. Back on the machine here. Round 2. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. See if you can go maybe a little faster than the first round. That's 30. That's halfway, 1 minute. Thirty seconds. Ten. 3, 2, 1. On the hang. Try to slow down the breathing.
When everybody wants to be king, yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean, got some scars, got some needs,
30 seconds in.
I swear to God, they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns.
40.
All taught they deserve it now. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if
45.
you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God, they all let me down.
3, 1 minute. Nice, easy breathing. Let's slow the heart rate down a little bit before we get back on the machine. "30 seconds left. "20 left.
I feel nauseous, believe me.
15.
Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me.
10
Had
seconds.
to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And
Back
what
on the
was left
machine.
over, I put towards my
3,
dreaming.
2,
But the
1.
only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands and plan your own hands can land your own brand and damn. I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility. Convincingly, I'm willing to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. All the doubters, they're just young downers. I swear to God, they all let me down.
That's 30.
I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns. Who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
1 minute.
So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing.
30 seconds. Ten. Horse stance.
I won't stop till I wear the crown.
3, 2, 1. So get into a wide stance. Sit her down. The legs are on fire already. Press those knees out hard. Oh, jeez. Shake a little out. If you can hold it for the whole 2 minutes, awesome. I'm gonna do 2 sets. Do a little turn out the toes, knees out hard, hang out around parallel.
But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility.
45 seconds.
Put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just down.
30.
I swear to God, they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown.
Ooh, oh my God. 20 seconds.
It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till
10. Yikes. Second last round, team. Back on the machine. 3, 2, 1, go. It's 30. One minute. Thirty seconds left. $20. $10.
Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me.
2, 1.
Just so they could see me. Did
Cartwheels.
Just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming.
All right.
But the only thing in life
Well, let's
that has
see.
meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe
Hips
me.
over. Walk across.
Plan your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the.
So I guess that's the idea, right? Hands go to the side, hips up. Walk the feet across. Back in the squat. I'm gonna try without the walk and the float. I don't look anything like him, I'm sure. Jason, is he gone? Where'd that guy go?
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
I'm gonna try to balance here. It's a neat emoji. 1 minute. Ooh. I have to watch this later. I'm sure this does not look good. Maybe do a real cartwheel. Doesn't look the same, eh? That's the awkward way. All right, 10 seconds, last round. Back to the machine. 3, 2, 1, last one. Ew. That's 30. One minute. $30. $20. $10. Standing pancake. Last one. So I got a dumbbell. Go nice and wide into the hips. Try to keep that neutral spine. Hang out there. Maintain that neutral spine. So chest up. Push the hips back. It's 30 in. Check your spine. So we're opening up the adductors here in between the legs and hamstrings in the back. So keep that chest proud. Keep pushing the hips back. That's 1 minute. Almost. Thanks for all the chats this morning, team. Hang out. Keep pushing those hips back. Dropping the chest. Should be active a little bit and passive a little bit. Keep that chest proud. Almost there. Another 30 seconds. Heart rate should be coming down a little bit. 15. Like I'm still not even close to being able to do this on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Slowly walk the feet back in.
Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do
Whoa.
just to feed me. And what
Limber.
was left over, I put towards my
Almost too loose
dreaming.
there.
But the only thing in
Take a
life
sec,
that
walk it
has
around.
meaning are the things you
Great
gotta
job,
work
team.
for, believe me.
Different.
Your hands are playing your own
That was
hands,
different.
land your own brand and
Oh, I should have said it earlier, but I hope somebody filmed the handstand for me. I'd love to see what that looks like. Love to see your handstands. All right. Cool it down. Let's walk it around for a minute. Catch your breath. Shake it out. Probably push the machine there a little more than I normally do, which is nice. Get the heart rate up a little bit on a Sunday. You know, what I'll generally say here is that you've done well if you kind of feel, you know, warmed up enough that you want to go do a workout now, which I feel pretty good. I could definitely do a workout and it wouldn't be the worst. So I think we've been successful here this morning without beating ourselves up. All right, what we're gonna do is try to get into I don't know, I'm gonna call this butterfly, but I don't actually know what it is. Just gonna go feet together, sitting on your butt. If you feel like you're too rounded over, then sit up on something. Put some books or some bumper plates or something underneath your butt. And then what you can do is grab your feet. You probably can't see any of this because the dog is in the way. But grab the feet, rock the hips back and forth, and then pull the chest up against the feet. Just nice proud chest. Pulling the chest through, basically. What is Jody saying? You think, stop it. You think I didn't film the cartwheels? I hope there is. I hope I get to see some cartwheels. So, you know, we could talk about this whole point of active recovery here this morning because I'm starting to notice, or maybe I've noticed for a while though, that by the end of the week, you know, by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I start to feel a little bit beat up, right? The body's feeling a little bit sore from the week of pounding, and pounding's not the right word, but of intensity, of pushing it hard. And then by Sunday, like I feel ready to take an easier day. And I mean, you did this, it's not a day off. We're definitely not doing anything. We're just moving a little more intentionally, a little less intensity, a little less volume so we don't end up sore the next day. And I've noticed that this has made me feel great going into Monday so that, you know, each week we're able to get back at it and it's not just compounding to the point where we have to take time off. It's a nice build up throughout the week, recovery, and then build back up. And hopefully over time, we're slowly increasing up towards more and more capacity. You know, this applies to anybody, you know, but maybe most importantly to parents, because, you know, your workouts aren't just in the gym, they are with your kids in real life. And if you get to the point where you're so sore because you're beat up from working out, you know, with too much intensity too frequently or too often or whatever, that you can't play with your kids, you can't do the things that are important with them because you're so beat up, then this is crucial, right? And maybe if you're new in your journey that, you know, maybe this is the workout that you're doing. This is the workout. It's not the active recovery. And then slowly over time, you're building that up, but you're always allotting some time, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week for this recovery process. And the older we get, the more important that becomes because the balance shifts from training up here, recovery down here, and it slowly migrates to being about the same to potentially eventually more recovery than training volume. So on that note, it's homework time. So what that means is not that we're going back to school, is that it's finally time to do homework that is self-assigned. It is do the homework that jacks us up and gets us excited about our lives. And what that means is whatever your goals are in life, break them down into daily homework bite-size, manageable chunks. And, well, that's pretty loud, eh? And what you'll find is if you break them down and you're consistent with your application of those daily actions, those daily steps, is that your goals become reality. You know, I think as parents, oftentimes our goals take a back seat to those of our children and those of those around us. And that's great, right? Be selfless, be here for them, do things for them, but at the same time, remember that you are only as good for them as you are for yourself. You know, the phrase secure your own oxygen mask is true, because if you don't take care of yourself, then you are not going to be as good for them. And on that same note, that applies to your health, your fitness, but as well to your goals. If you're going to tell your kids, hey, you can be anything and do anything that you want to be, but you're not living it because you don't have enough time, or life is too busy, or you're tired, or whatever the excuse is, then you're not setting that example. So what we do is we carve out an hour every morning after we prime our minds and bodies, and we show the people around us that it's important to take action towards our goals, and that anything that we want to achieve is achievable and possible. Ouch. If we just break it down and do the work. So whenever you're ready to start achieving those goals, the big ones in your life, all it takes is doing an hour of homework every day. Maybe 2 hours, depending on kind of where you're at and how you want to start it up. But whatever will allow you to be consistent and stay with it every day. Because that's the only way that you're going to get there. All right, let me see if we got some clips here for you this morning. Oh, dog. I'm going to get into maybe like a child's pose while we watch here. So feel free to put sit on your shins and lay down. Jody says, when do we get the farm clips? Okay, so Adam's talking too much. I get you. Here we go. There's Leandro and my wife and the little one saying hi to. And if you listen closely, you can hear Leandro drinking. When they get fresh hay, they get extra thirsty because they pound back a bunch of dry matter and then they drink a bunch of water. So there's, here we are getting a little bit of water and dripping. I don't know if I have other ones here. Whoops, that's not what I'm going to do. Let me see if I've got another one. I don't know what's happening there. That was weird. I think there's one more here. Oh, well, there was the original video. You can watch that a little bit if you want. We got outside and played in the snow fort a little bit yesterday. Not the snow fort. This is the mud kitchen. This is generally on the other side of the house in the summer near the sand pit. But in the winter, the wind blows from the north, so we bring this thing onto the other side of the house, and it becomes the ice kitchen. And we love the ice kitchen. Yesterday it was right around 0 or right around freezing for those of you that use Fahrenheit. So we had a little bit of thawing. Beautiful sunny day to get out and play with the kids. So that's hopefully we'll get some more of that today on the fine Sunday. Hopefully the weather kind of keeps slowly warming up and everybody's, a little more jacked up to be outside. All right, so those are our real life clips. Let's start cutting her down here. Let me just see if we missed any chats. Ryan, my sleep and recovery and fuel protocol isn't strong enough to support 7 days a week yet. Working on it, but have to listen to my body and take Wednesday and Saturday off. Yeah, I mean, Ryan, we listen to our bodies, absolutely. And you'll notice sometimes, Ryan, that I'll say, hey, even not on a Sunday, I'll say, I'm feeling a little bit beat up and I'm just going to bring down the intensity today. I think I did that once last week where I just wasn't feeling great, so I still did it, but just brought it down a little bit. And Ryan, you don't need to train every day. Our whole thing here is that I just want to be consistent, right? So whether I get down here and crush myself every morning is not the point, right? Yes, I want to make sure that I'm getting some fitness out of it, but at the same time, it's really about doing the same thing every day at the same time so that my body only knows that, right? My mind only knows that there is no option. If I take days off, then I'm going to take days off. And the more days I take off, the more days I'm going to take off. So if I start looking at that alarm clock in the morning and saying, hey, maybe today will be a day off, that slope gets very slippery for me. Maybe not for you. Maybe you're not quite as, call it addictive as I am, but I need consistency. You know, if I'm doing my homework every day and I start taking a day off, I will take more days off. So not everybody is in the same boat as me, but I believe that we are much more successful if we maintain a habit, right? A habit is something that happens without thought, without work. It's just part of who we are. So the more times I can do this in a row, the more this becomes who I am and the less I need to think about it. So it's really just, it's not about beating myself up every day. It's just about being here every day so that I can maintain consistency in my habits, and that becomes the mentality of who I am. Terry, Jody asked about Ecclesiastes moments. Ecclesiastes moments are a time in the day where you meet your personal needs and personal wants. Okay, that's cool. That's me making the 5 a.m. squat club to prime my mind and body. You got it, Jody. That reminds me of turn, turn, turn. Do, 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 to every season. Sorry, I really shouldn't sing here, but you definitely probably should never put song lyrics on there because I might be tempted to sing. All right, team. I think we did it. A fantastic day. We've got a pretty sure it's another Hiller Fit one tomorrow with some hang power cleans and a version of V-ups. I'm probably not going to do V-ups because I'm not very good at those. We'll probably scale that, but I think it's a nice for time workout. Hey, dog. And then some strength work. So another fantastic session tomorrow. But more important than that is thank you guys. I say it every day, but I love you guys being here. Good morning, Georgia. And if it weren't for you, who knows where we'd be. I don't know if we'd maintain this consistency. Georgia says do V-ups. You would say that. Yours are so good. So on that note, V-ups tomorrow, hang power cleans. I hope to see you all here. And thank you, everybody. Thanks, Georgia, Terry. Who else was here? Equipment, Talia, Ryan. No, so Ryan's a member. Sorry, you get a special shout out, Ryan. Talia, I don't know if I saw Emily, but I'm sure she's probably with you. Equipment. And then special shout out to the members, Jason, Jody, Yaroslav, Ryan. I don't know where Jason went, but all right, team. You guys have a fantastic day. Only way to get better at the mall. It's true. I'll probably scale back the number, Georgia. How about that? Maybe I'll do a combo. There are a lot of reps tomorrow. All right, team. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and hope to see you tomorrow. Peace.